scripture. But before we get into the show, we're going to introduce the panel.
I am Elder Shadaniah ben Yisrael. Shalom. Shalom.
Shalom. I'm Elder Aaron ben Israel. Shalom.
Shalom, Elder.
Shalom. Shalom. My name is Obiyahu ben Yehuda Israel. Shalom.
Shalom, Obiyahu. As I was saying, we was talking about how we're going to start off the show with Elder Aaron. And we're going to try to define sin. We're going to have a discussion basically about sin. So go ahead, Elder.
I've heard some troubling things in my time, but the most troubling thing I've heard is that when people say that the Old Testament has been done away with, so I have to ask them the question, if the Old Testament is done away with, how do you know when you sin and when you not sin? Because smoking a cigarette in itself is not sin, but it is because you're destroying the temple. Drinking alcohol is not a sin, but when you overindulge, you sin. But there's a specific for what sin is. Turn to 1 John chapter 3, just in case you all don't know this, or since you say the Old Testament been done away with, so that it can explain to you what sin is and what sin is not.
1 John.
Chapter 3, starting at verse 4. It says, whoever commits sin also commits lawlessness or transgression. And it says, and sin is lawlessness or the transgression of the law. What law do you think it's talking about? The law that's in the Old Testament. That's what defines sin. Let's continue. And it says, and you know that he was manifested to take away our sins. And every so-called Sunday, you go and you talk about you coming up under the blood to take away the sin. But you don't even know what sin is.
Right.
And in him there is no sin. It says, whoever abides in him does not sin. Whoever sins has neither seen him nor know him. So if you don't know what sin is, you don't know who the Messiah is. And of course, you don't know who he is, period, because you don't even know his name. But that's another show. It says, little children, let no one deceive you. He who practices righteousness is righteous, just as he is righteous. He who sins is of the devil, for the devil has sinned from the beginning. For this is the purpose of the Son of Elohim. The Son of Elohim was manifested, that he might destroy the works of the devil. It says, whoever is born of Elohim does not sin, for his seed remains in him, and he cannot sin, because he has been born of Elohim. Now, I hear all these people talking about they born of this and they born of that. Born of the devil, because you don't even know what sin is. And when somebody tries to tell you what sin is, you want to tell them that the law is done away with. Do that make sense to any of you?
That's the very component that's used to define, to tell you when you sin.
Of course.
You wouldn't know what sin was without it.
That's exactly right. It says that the law was added because of sin. because it tells you what you can, what's permissible for you to do, and what you cannot do, and what the remedy is for when you sin. But of course, the law is dead, so you don't know that. Huh? And you got this big old book, but you want to take the last third of it and say you know something.
That's a joke.
Well, you know, it's easier I mean, you know, people seek the path of least resistance. So, I mean, being as the world is basically driven by lust and self-centeredness, you know that people have to eliminate the law so you can do what you want to do, so that your lust can run rampant for whatever it is. So the law check your lust.
Hey.
That's what it does. It cuts it off.
Yeah, yes,
And
it
the thing
does.
about it is, if you're in a situation and the law is the only thing that you have that keeps you in tune with the Most High, you can't do it. How could you do away with it? Because this is the only thing, because, you know, sin separates you from the Most High.
Right.
So if you don't have a law, how do you know how to get back close to the Most High?
Right.
You can't.
I'm just saying, for people that's watching and actually thinking that you can do away with the law.
Right.
So that's why we were talking about, you know, the notes about this show. It was like, man, this is going to be a breeze, because we talking to people that a lot of people in the viewing audience probably never heard it broke down like this. I mean, sin. See, and I did a class on this one Shabbat about sin and crime being the same word or being synonymous, because when you look at it, when you look at the law, that's in the first 5 books, and it's breaking down, I'll say, in Exodus about transgression against thy neighbor, things of that nature. That's crime. Okay, in our day and time, they call it secular law. But don't you understand, even on that level, it's still sin.
Right.
Yeah.
So you may look at it like, okay, you broke the law of man. That law came from here.
Yep.
Transgression, breaking into someone's home, taking someone's belonging,
Yeah.
that's here.
Of
But
course
they
it is.
define it today as crime,
Yep.
which is sin.
Right.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, when people go to court and they beat a case, you ain't beat no case.
No. No.
Especially if you actually transgressed.
Right.
You know, that's funny, because in listening to what you're saying, Kazakiel, modern day version word, crime. Crime is sin.
Right.
Absolutely.
Now, but there's another word that they use. I'm just sitting there thinking about this when you said this. There's another word that they use, which is a modern day word to also describe sin. But we use it very, very loosely. And that word is disease.
Yeah.
Disease.
This is when you are an alcoholic, and you drinking all the time, and you out of your mind all the time, and you can't even stand up. You know, we start saying or start classifying this person as having a disease, which is called alcoholism.
Right.
We call it a disease. That's not a disease. That's
It's
a sin.
Yep.
When you
That's
drink
like I
with a
said.
drink, a strong drink that's called loose in the cup, you are sinning.
Yep.
So there's different words that we use to disguise sin. And for that very one word, 3-letter word,
Okay.
S-I-N,
Yep.
for that very one word is the very reason why we initially, man, lost our salvation.
Right. Yeah.
Adam and Eve, they dropped the ball.
Yep.
And when they dropped the ball, they dropped our salvation. Because remember, Yah gave man, Adam and Eve, which is us, same thing, gave it to us freely through his grace, gave us eternal life without having to even raise a finger.
Yep.
We had it
Absolutely.
right here in the palm of our hand. And that free will that we have, we possess, through sin,
Okay.
we lost it.
Yeah.
So now we've got to try to get it back by being obedient to the word,
Yeah.
which we already had in the beginning and didn't have to do nothing to get it.
No, we didn't.
And the thing is, Elder, I always, found myself, testing myself and evaluating myself on a daily. And it's so funny how you know something is wrong and you fight that urge daily. You understand what I'm saying? And it's so easy to be around other people and it seems like they try to set you up. And it's that spirit of air.
Yep.
It sets you up, and you have to, and don't get me wrong, the only thing that keeps me on track is the law.
That's it.
To keep me from sin, which is destruction, because look it, okay, Adam, like you say, Elder, already had salvation. All he had to do was just breathe air.
That's all he had to do.
That's all he had to
Yeah,
do.
Right.
That's all he had to do.
And eat off the trees.
And do his job. He had a job to do, and he did it.
Okay, but I'm saying,
For a minute.
but I'm saying
Right.
it wasn't until after he failed that it became a thing of, living and working and sweating, living, toiling, tilling the soil,
Right.
living from the sweat of your brow kind of thing that they came about until Adam fell.
Right.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, yeah, he did have a job. He tended to the garden.
Right.
He did what he had to do. He named the animals, things of that nature. He probably had some other chores. But I'm simply saying, it wasn't until after he fell that everything just took off, and it snowballed into something so strong and powerful to just ate him up. Because see, that wasn't, and it was told to him that the day he ate from that tree. And see, that's the thing. That was the sin that the Father said, "Don't eat."
Right.
Right.
He said, "Don't eat."
Right.
And when he ate, and it was the funny part was it came through his aid and assistant.
Yeah.
Right, through his helpmate. But understand that when we say the sin, it wasn't the sin, it was death or his disobedience that brought death
Right.
into the world. Now remember, the law was given not to. He said, if you do not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, it wasn't no apple. So y'all don't forget that one. Said, do not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil.
Right.
He say, for in the day that you eat, you will die.
Right.
So there was no death. Again, just as you say, all he had to do was walk around and breathe. Why? Because this body that he was given was created to live forever. Remember when we read back in 1 John, it said that the Son was manifested to destroy the works of the devil. Why? Because the devil was a sin from the beginning.
Right.
So he slithered, the adversary came to KHAI, the rib
Yeah.
of man, and she turned and gave to Adam to eat. Huh?
Well, he did.
She didn't understand the instruction, and instead of Adam stopping it, see, he didn't cover her just as she didn't cover him.
Right.
So that the sin was what? Disobedience, transgression, breaking the law. So in breaking the law, the penalty of death came into the world. So the very minute he ate was the very minute he began to die. Because if you understand, he lived what? 930 years.
Right.
70 years short.
Right. But he died.
Right.
He didn't live out a full existence.
Right.
Oh, no.
Exactly.
And our time, notice that from that time forward, time has what? Condensed.
Oh, yeah.
So that you live, if you live to get 100, you're lucky. When our ancestors lived, some live 500, 600, 700 years.
800, 900 years.
Right. And we don't live hardly 100 years. Why? Because we're eating wrong. We're breaking the dietary law. Huh? We're not treating our neighbor right. We're breaking other moral laws. Huh? We're not living in consort with what the Father gave.
Right.
Oh, but you say you follow the 10 Commandments. You don't even follow them.
Don't.
Under no circumstances. But you say you believe in the 10 Commandments.
Exactly.
But you don't follow them.
Nope.
It's like I was saying, it's that lust. And it's that will to want to do the wrong thing. And it seems as though, like when Paul was quoting or was saying, made that quote about when he wanted to do right.
Wrong is present.
Wrong is present. You know, to paraphrase it. But I'm just saying, people, for some reason, like you say, when man sinned, death came into the picture.
Yeah.
Death is still in the picture. That's why I was trying to make that, when I was making that example about, okay, you beat a case. You ain't really beat the case.
No.
Because spiritually, you've done something. You trespass against the Most High and whomever you did it to. So it is so strange about people actually think that it won't come back or you don't have to pay for that. Yes, you do have to pay for that in this life or in the afterlife.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And check marks by your name.
Right.
Well, not only that too, you know, sin, like you say, we are still paying for that because sin, death is still here. But it wasn't just death. For we lost a lot more than that.
Yeah.
We lost
Access.
pain.
Yeah.
We lost pain. We lost hurt. We lost misery. You see, obviously, before man sinned, in the process, or in the process of giving birth, a woman didn't have to worry about the pain that she had to go that she goes through now. It's still that way today. That's what a woman will tell you today that, man, that's the worst pain you could ever feel. A man will never feel pain like that. It's still going on today.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
initially, obviously, the way it's laid out, Eve wouldn't have had to go through all of that.
Right.
They have to give birth.
Right.
Misery, sweat, working around, sweat and misery and pain, all those kinds of things, they still exist today, along with death.
That's why it's called labor.
So exactly. So the thing is, we lost a lot more than just life itself. We lost, death came in the picture, pain came in the picture. You're breaking your back. All that came in the picture,
Yes,
and we
it did.
still suffer today.
Yep.
I know what? I mean, cut you off. But Elder, I remember we was talking one day in my car, and this was very, very profound about the trespass sin. When you like take something from somebody and they had to pay their rent
That's a real bad.
or something, and they get put out, and then they get put out, and then they do something crazy, they just, the ball just starts to roll.
Yeah, that's
And that put some on my mind about, okay, when you think about how young brothers and sisters that sell drugs, and that is a true trespass sin.
Yeah.
And how
Yeah, it is. Oh wow, is it? Oh my goodness.
depending on
Classical time.
Right.
Example.
you go to before a judge, and the judge slams you with a long sentence simply because you indulge in that activity, because he knows that it's transcended over so many different fences and boundaries.
Right.
To whereas, I mean, a young lady walk up and she wants to buy drugs and she's pregnant.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's what I say. That's about the most classical example I can think of. I mean, when you're talking about a trespass sin, because
Trespass sin is
a
deep.
sister that's pregnant, she go to a drug dealer, he sells her drugs. He just sinned when he sold her them drugs.
Right.
Now that's gonna overlap and it's gonna damage the child, unborn child.
Unborn child now.
Exactly. Now, on top of that, she may have taken her last money, which might have been her rent money or money she's supposed to pay a bill with, that's vital to her and a necessity that she has.
Right.
Now she can't afford to pay it. It's gone. All because of this one guy that sold her something that she was not supposed to have.
Right.
See, so it's one thing that leads to another. Now she got to go out and try to steal something from somebody because she gave up the money that she had, which may have not even been enough to take care of a bill that she had, which in turns again, now she's also, damaged her child, her unborn child. So it's like one thing to boom, all because you sold her drugs.
Yeah.
Look how much you've intruded upon that person's life.
But
You really messed them up.
But the biggest trespass is the one who's supplying it.
Of
to
course,
him.
of course. It's a shared responsibility between the supplier and the seller.
Right.
Of course.
And the one who reaps the profit from it to launder the money.
That's
You
right.
see,
That's
they
right.
don't go after. They ain't going after them like that.
But that's all right, because y'all connected the dots.
Right.
Yeah. I see you, seller. I see you, laundry. I see you who supply. You can't get away from him.
No, you
He got all y'all right
you
here.
Can't.
You got all of them right here.
Right here,
All right. Right. You may get away from the authorities. You may get away from the authorities.
Right,
You're
that's
not
what I was
get away from
talking
the Father.
about.
Father got you.
Yeah,
But see,
you got
everything we naming is sin.
Yeah.
Because drugs itself is witchcraft.
Yeah.
And you know the Father.
And crime, like you said. Crime.
Right.
Selling, you're a seller, you're delivering it, you laundering it. That's all crime. Which is
it's crime.
sin, like
Which
you
is
said.
sin. And I'm just saying, a lot of brothers don't understand that, and sisters don't understand that that's witchcraft.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, it's witchcraft.
Drugs are witchcraft. Okay?
Mind control.
So basically, you are taking the life force from people, because it turns the person to a zombie.
Right.
It's sorcery. Okay,
That's all they think about.
and it's the activity that surrounds the obtaining the trying to obtain that drug usually is sin.
Yeah. Whoremongering.
Sure.
Usually sin.
I mean, there have been drug addicts that kill their parents
Right.
money for drug money.
Right.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Like
Right,
the
that's
guy,
witchcraft.
like the guy who killed his mama, his uncle,
Yeah, grandmama or
and
something. Yeah, it was ugly.
yeah,
And
and,
happens all the
and
time.
tried to kill his sister.
Because he got bad habits.
That stuff happens all the time.
Right.
he wanted
For
to buy a
the
car,
greed
too, or
of
something.
money. Yeah, he had 20. He got the money. Outside, you don't remember that not too long ago?
Yeah, it was recently.
Yeah,
All for
that was
drugs,
recent.
man.
Yeah, all for
That's
drugs.
sick.
Right. That's
And
it.
they caught him though, but they caught him. Yeah, they had to catch him because
Was it
he.
worth
I mean, come on.
And the availability for these drugs is ridiculous. Because poor folks, we don't bring these drugs into this country.
No, we ain't manufacturing nothing.
Not at all.
Right.
We ain't got no boats and ships and planes.
No.
So we know that the drugs coming from the same ones who bust you for getting the drug. All he do is recycle.
From their bosses.
Yeah.
Yep.
But see, it's like our ancestors, like the high priest felt that Yah didn't see them when they did something
Yeah.
and hid their hand. It's the same way with this country, because this country this government helps supply the neighborhoods throughout this country with these substances.
Oh yeah.
Okay, this thing is at a government level.
Yep.
This ain't just some cartel and
No.
drug czar thing, and
FBI.
you know that whole Miami Vice thing. No,
Right.
this is in Washington D.C. because the neighborhood that surround the White House is cracked out.
Big time. They can look out the window and see drug dealers.
You understand what I'm saying? They sell crack across the street from the White House.
Yeah, Pennsylvania.
Do you hear what I just said?
Dope Boulevard.
So how in the world you gonna tell me, you know,
Right.
that this thing is like it's isolated or it has nothing to do with a certain segment of people? No,
No.
it's insane. But what I'm saying is, it's like we are in a place, like in Revelation, was talking about. This is the habitation for every unclean bird.
Yep.
Yep.
So what I'm saying is, you in a place where this is your only salvation because sin is running rampant.
Oh,
I mean, it's on every level.
Every level.
That guy, I forget his name, the government official that had gotten awards for protecting the children against pedophiles.
They just had him on.
Right, he was the one that got caught up.
Yeah, he on the internet.
Yeah.
He a pedophile.
Right.
Doing session.
Emailing the pages.
Right, the pages.
Out there drunk, knocking on the pages' door.
Yeah.
Doing session while he both represent his district.
But
Come on.
he's getting awards with the president.
Yeah.
He's Republican.
And people knowing, okay, his cronies know that he got a sickness.
Yeah, of
Okay.
course they know.
But they trying to cover it up.
Right.
Then for some reason it just blew up. It got out of control.
Right.
They just let him, try to fend for himself.
You put him out there.
So what I'm saying is, a lot of this stuff, when we looking toward Pharaoh to save us, Pharaoh is the most corrupt of them all.
Oh, he's foul big time.
But check this out. He then in turn was getting ready to turn in the priest who he say molested him when he was younger.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
Which falls all back. How can a religious institution keep these kind of people in it?
Right.
Do you understand?
'Cause they
They
not
moving
really
it
of
around.
No.
Right. But that's what I'm saying.
Based on sin.
They
Right,
moving them around from place to place.
Right, because that's what it's about. That's not of Yah.
Oh,
And then
no.
the people of the world think that, like you say, the religious institutions is of Yah. No. This is the only thing of Yah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why in removal of the law is impossible.
Right.
Right.
To please Yah.
Yeah,
Right.
you can't.
No. If most Christians knew the history of Christendom and Catholicism, they probably wouldn't be Christians.
But
Catholicism is built on sodomy
right.
and
True.
homosexuality
True. That's true.
and child molestation.
Yeah.
That ain't even no secret.
Right.
Y'all exposing that thing.
Yeah.
I'm talking about from the Pope on down.
Yeah. But see, here's the other thing. People, they thinking that they serving the Father. They thinking it because of the trappings. Oh, I'm in the big church. I got to
Right.
be. That means nothing.
No.
The Father don't deal with strict materialism. I'm not saying that the Father wouldn't give you wealth.
Right.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that those mega institutions are not of the Father.
Turn to Exodus 20th chapter. Let's read something.
It's specific reasons why they don't belong to the Father.
Yeah.
20.
Exodus 20.
Take a nap.
Yeah.
I want to point something out. Exodus 20 and 3. It said, "Thou shalt have no other Elohim before me.
Yeah.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any carved image or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, or in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth." If you walk up in the Catholic Church, that's all you see.
Yep.
Now, obviously,
Idolatry.
now check it out now. Obviously, it's just like somebody that smokes cigarettes and they read that little the writing on the side that may cause death or
Yeah,
Right.
birth defects. and
right,
whatever.
things of that nature, but you can't stop smoking them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because
Absolutely.
basically, I don't think you believe
Right.
that this can happen.
Absolutely.
Now, the father right here said, don't make no graven images.
Right.
Right.
Okay, you walk up in a church, automatically, some should go off in your head. Some ain't right about this because that's a graven image. Just a graven image means statue.
Right.
Right.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, people aren't, either they're not reading the book or they don't believe the book.
Correct.
Right.
Check this out. They don't read the book. They
They definitely
read
don't read the book.
what is called catechisms. Catechisms are writings of the Pope. They say in the council that the edict of the Pope supersedes this book.
That's true.
That's why I don't read it.
Right. And that's true. But see, okay, let me finish. Let me read this. It say, 5, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them. You know, genuflex and
Right.
the motion
With the water.
nor serve them, for I, Yahweh the Elohim, am a jealous El. Now, I mean, like you say, these huge establishments, these huge places of worship.
Right.
I mean, walk in the door, straight violation. As soon as you hit the door,
Big cross.
you
Jesus.
see what I'm saying?
Big cross.
Huge violation.
All over the place.
And we talking about all over the world.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? This is right here in this book. Now, this is
Yeah.
law. That's why the law supposedly is done away with.
Yeah.
So you can do anything you want to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Here's another good one. It says, 7, thou shalt not take the name of Yahweh the Elohim in vain, for Yahweh will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy.
Check this out before you go.
Uh-huh.
One, they don't even know the Father's name.
Right.
So they can't even take it in vain because they don't even know it.
Right.
And then they violate the Sabbath every week.
Right. On
You
the
understand?
they try
Every
to
week.
change the Sabbath.
Yeah. Talking about the Sabbath day been changed. Who did talk about? I heard one knucklehead say that Jesus changed the Sabbath day when he rose on Sunday morning. Shut up. You understand? Because you don't know what you're talking about.
No.
You don't have a clue.
That's Catholicism.
So that means that he changed, or the one of the Ten Commandments has changed.
Yeah.
But you know what, Elder?
Nah.
There's more people that know Yah's name than we think it is.
Oh yeah.
Just like when you talk to Jehovah's Witness,
They know it.
okay, check it out.
Yeah.
In their publications, in
Yeah.
their Bible,
Yeah.
they got Yah's name.
Right.
Absolutely.
But
Okay.
they in violation of this. They in strict violation
Okay,
of
that's
this.
what I'm saying, but check it out.
Right.
Usually, people will know Yah's name, they'll cast it to the ground anyway because they believe have choked the truth
Right.
Yeah.
right up out of them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, they would throw Yah's name straight to the ground.
Yep.
If they did know it.
Talking about some Jehovah.
You see what I'm saying?
Ruined and scorned.
Yep.
You shut up too.
And
You don't know what
well, that's what I'm saying. Sin is running so rampant to where you don't even know where to begin. It's like if
Right.
you had to go and say, okay, if a person was to pay you and say, well, I pay you X amount of dollars to go to the beginning and cut it off, you wouldn't even know where to go.
Right.
Right.
You sinners.
Right.
Straight sin.
You know, Elder talked about big religious institutions. You know, just because they have a lot of people
Right.
and they doing a lot of good as far as the world is concerned,
Right.
that don't make it of Yah.
Right.
Because the Father is specific about what is good.
Yep.
See, what is good is His will, which is His word.
That's it.
You could be doing something good in the eyes of man, but to the Father, He got something against you.
Right.
I want to read something in Matthew real quick
Go ahead.
that confirms exactly what I just said.
Go right ahead.
This is Yahushua speaking, Matthew the 7th chapter, and I'm gonna start at the 21st verse. And it's to show you that sin is very specific. It says, not everyone that said unto me, Master, Master, or Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven.
That's it.
It says, but he that do the will of my Father, which is in heaven. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, Master, Master, Yahoshua, Yahoshua, God, God, whatever you call him. It says, have we not prophesied in your name? And in your name have cast out devils? And in your name done many wonderful works.
Yeah.
Now it says they're going to do wonderful works.
Yeah.
They're going to do wonderful work. Get folks out of wheelchairs. Help them, you know, help them live a better life according to the world standard. You know, give two homosexual parents a child. You know, put that child in a good home according to man's standards. Now that's wonderful work. Oh, we're going to take a child out of Africa and give it to Madonna, but we're going to teach that child some, what's that,
Kabbalah.
Teach the child. Oh, that's good according to the world. Now, look what Yahushua says. 23. And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me. Why? Ye that work iniquity.
Hey, you
Iniquity,
lawless.
That's what it means. It means you a sinner. It means without law. Iniquity, transgression of the law. Work of iniquity.
But see, I wanna make a comment about what you just said about people trying to do good. Man don't know good.
Okay.
See, it went all the way back to the garden.
Yeah.
When the Father say, don't eat from the tree of good and evil.
Evil, right.
Because man cannot define good from evil.
Right.
It's like one man's good is another man's evil.
Right.
You do something to me or someone in my family and I retaliate, where's the good? You may make me feel good for a minute, save my pride, but at the same time, only Yah can be the judge of good and evil.
Right.
And that's where Adam messed up, because when he ate from that tree and the Father gave him a body, the anatomy, no clothing.
Right.
Adam ate from the tree, automatically felt filthy or sinful, put clothes on, covered up his loins.
Right.
How did you know you was naked?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Knowing good and evil. And here's the thing, Elder talked about that we lost something. What we lost was access to the tree of life.
Oh, yeah.
Which, in the end, we get back through repentance and the blood of Yehoshua.
Right.
But, as Kazaki El was saying, not knowing, see, that's why the Father kicked him out the garden.
Right.
It was only to keep him away from eating from the tree of life and living forever in that deprived condition.
Right.
This is a deprived condition to know good and evil.
Right. But thank Yah, it's temporary.
Yeah.
Because you really don't know good and evil.
No.
We think we do.
Right.
Because see, like I said, when you trespass and you go against your brother or sister in retaliation, you may think it's good to you, but it may be extremely evil to Yah.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The nations of the world go against each other. One come against another one because of something that was done, a broken treaty.
Right.
I mean, that's all Yah's call.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because he is the only one that truly knows good. Because, I mean, it can go back as far as when the world began, when the trespass began, but he the only one that know that.
Right.
The only thing you can do is work from a standpoint from when you got here.
Right. I've heard people say, I don't like that Old Testament because it's so bloody. Hey, man, God killing people and this, that, and the other. Well, you have to understand that the Father's way is so much different from yours. He's the author. He's the one that determines. How you gonna judge the Father? That make me think you trying to judge the Father based upon your meager existence.
That's right.
And it don't work like that.
Right.
You have no latitude in that.
No.
Right.
None.
Y'all say I created evil.
Right. He
right.
took what he say. Hey, he
said
told
I
you.
created evil.
He
That's
say
it.
he
He
say
created evil.
I
created the
kill.
devil.
Right.
I make
He
alive.
say I kill and I make alive.
right.
Right.
And can't nobody deliver out of my hand.
That's right.
Hey.
For all those who
Say
don't
he
think
killed
that
and keep
y'all
it.
know
Yeah. Yeah.
He said he killed to keep.
everything, nothing goes on in this world, in this universe, in all of the world. Nothing goes on without the Father knowing it.
Nothing.
Right.
So
That's
the
approved.
Father can prevent, or He can activate, or He can escalate anything that goes on.
Absolutely.
He's always in control.
Yep.
Nothing goes on without His consent.
Right.
And nothing goes on unless He wishes it or allows it to go on.
Right.
Yep.
So if He wants you out of a situation, He's going to give you the opportunity to get out of it.
Right.
Uh-huh.
See? So the thing is that there's a lot of things, a lot of principles in this book that's related to sin that people really just don't know about. They
They
really
don't
honestly
get it.
just don't know. And it's all because and I'm gonna just flat out say it. And the reason why a lot of our people remain ignorant to a lot of the principles that are explained here in the scripture is because of the ministers are not doing their job.
Right.
They're not doing the
shepherds.
job. That's a fact.
Teachers.
And hey, you know,
Right.
when you ain't got to sugarcoat it, that's exactly the reason why.
The
Because-
wayward shepherd.
Exactly, the wayward shepherd. Because they are not teaching the people right. Whether it be on Sunday morning, on whatever morning they go. You see, the Ten Commandments has not changed. You can't take the fourth commandment, which is concerning the Sabbath, and change it and say, well, okay, it's now Sunday and not Saturday. And you realize how many people are out there every single day breaking the Sabbath day, breaking the Shabbat,
Yep.
because they think that Sunday is the holy day. They think that's the Sabbath day.
Right.
So on Saturday, which is the true Shabbat, they're out there doing all kind of crazy stuff, going
Yep.
shopping, doing just all kinds of things, catching up on their work, and doing all kind of crazy things. Exactly.
They bug their
I've heard some say that the Sabbath is every day.
Yeah.
Sabbath is not every
Every
day.
day.
Sabbath, the scripture says the Sabbath
Right.
is the seventh day.
That's what we talking about the law now,
Exactly.
because we just strayed away from the law, and then we as Israel, or who's called African American, Black, Negro, that's why we as a people are so weak,
Yeah.
because we do not have a spiritual foundation
Right.
based in Yah's prescription that says, do this, I bless you. If you do this, I curse you.
Yeah.
That's why when you see us as a people, we so downtrodden, a sinful people. And it's like a sinful natured people, and it's just perpetual.
Yeah.
To
Snowballing.
whereas it will never. It's like it never leaves our presence as a people.
No.
We lost the book, and the book tells you how is the condition of Israel
Man.
from straying away from this law.
Yeah.
You see it,
Right.
and you just cannot pull yourself from that lust to get yourself together.
Yeah, but see, especially when you got somebody standing up in front of you on Sunday, the wrong day, telling you you're a Gentile.
Right. That's part of it.
Yep.
And you believe, see, here's my problem with that. You believe him.
Yeah.
Do you understand that? You believe him.
Yep. You ain't believe him.
And you can't get you out. My pastor say, nobody care nothing about what your pastor, he gonna be in the lake right with you.
That's right.
Then you can reach over and slap his face. You understand? For that
Right.
lie that he keep telling you.
That's true.
Yep.
That's
These
true.
pastors are horrible.
And this whole situation is not getting any better.
No.
It's getting worse. These people are not reading. They are not studying.
You know what church built on? Two things. Gullibilism and emotionalism.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
that's true.
That's it.
I mean,
Yeah.
even down to the simple and basic of things.
Right.
Like the name of the Father, the name of the Son. They're saying God and Jesus. You don't know that? You all don't know that?
They call you
Ministers,
dumbbell.
y'all don't know that?
Break down the Greek, call you dumbbell,
How about
and
hitting
then
the
say
books?
Jesus in the next breath.
Yeah.
How about hitting the books and
Foolishness.
studying it? Study the anthology or the history of the name Jesus.
Thank
Study
you.
that. Study it. And tell me
Greek
what does
scholar?
it really mean.
A
We
Greek
don't
scholar.
serve Zeus. Never
Study
have.
that. Study it. Maybe you should be teaching that to your parishioners.
Right.
Study the history of the word God. Study
Right.
the Father's name.
It's foul.
Understand what it really is.
Yep.
Teach them the real Shabbat.
There's nothing good about
Teach them
God.
the real days that they're supposed to be observing in their life.
The Lord.
They're supposed to be observing
Beelzebub.
Passover.
Right.
Lord of
What about the
flies,
Father's
Satan,
holy days?
Beelzebub.
Teach them that.
Jesus.
Stop teaching them things that are not in the book.
Right.
I don't see no Christmas in here, and I don't see no Easter in here.
Traditions in
I don't
there.
see none of that stuff in here.
Sons
I don't
didn't
see
work.
any of that stuff. We can go on and on and on and on about what sin is, and they're the ones that's committing the greatest sin
Absolutely.
But
by
you-
holding the people back.
But you know, Elder, I mean, just thinking about this so-called festive occasion that's surrounding us now. Called Halloween.
Oh.
I mean, when you look at the way people go out to show you the hypnosis
Oh, man.
and the craziness,
Woo.
people understand it ain't nothing fun about ghosts, ghouls, goblins, demons, devils.
Right.
Why do you participate and encourage your kids to participate in that garbage?
Happy
Hey,
Halloween.
Sam Hain.
Good
That's the
Halloween.
name of
Happy
the
Halloween.
Sam Hain.
What's good about evil?
He was a child still, a molester of
Yep.
children. He stole children.
Right.
Do you understand that?
Pedophile.
That's what the trick or treat is about.
Yep.
You have to stop this foolishness.
crap.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, we can start we can close our eyes and just pick a subject or a topic
yeah.
and listen to what these ministers are teaching the people on Sundays or any other day that they go to Bible study. They don't know what they're talking about.
No, they're not
I
even
don't know what they're
trying
talking
to know.
about. I mean, and they don't use the scripture to determine what the scripture to use determine what they're talking about. They just say things because some other man somewhere down the line that made up something.
Yeah, they
You
use
know-
a sermon book. They got a book in between the Bible, reading it.
Bible, Christendom.
But getting back to what we were talking about the Sam Hain,
Yeah.
the Halloween thing,
Yeah.
look how big that is.
Oh man.
I mean, it's everywhere. You turn your television on.
Go in the store,
I mean,
Target,
yeah,
Walmart,
In
right.
the
whole
suburban
section.
area,
Wherever you go.
the whole blocks dedicated. I mean, the front lawns got graves, front porch,
Yeah, you got graves in your
spider
front
webs,
yard.
goblins, and I mean, just house look
You know
like
what you said?
it
You
look
got
spiritually.
graves
in your
makeshift
front
graves
yard.
in your front yard.
Yep.
Got stuff hung
Festival.
from your porch.
Yep.
You think that stuff, but you don't understand is you are reinforcing Satan's battalion, making him a stronger
Right.
army through your
Absolutely.
foolishness.
Yep.
Because spiritually, that's empowering him.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
because you celebrating
You his
him.
agent.
Right.
You
You his
promoting
agent.
him.
Because it's full-blown insanity. That's straight demonic.
And you are witnessing.
I mean, and
Satan.
you participating in it
Right.
willfully
Yeah.
and offering your kids to this
You got
garbage.
churches
Right.
having trick or treat parties.
Yeah.
Churches
Bobbing
having
in the
trick-or-treat
apple.
parties.
Sunrise
That is
sunrise
wicked.
service.
Man, that is
Oh,
wicked.
no.
Halloween.
But
No,
what I'm saying is it's out, it's blown, it's just out there. People know what they doing and they can't stop. It's like
Right.
they just in motion, like they just robots. And everybody say, wait a minute, man, this ain't, what's righteous about this?
I mean,
Yeah.
beautiful houses, immaculate. I mean, yards full of spider webs and big blown up spiders and big pumpkins. I mean, just wicked.
yeah, it's wicked.
Yeah.
Wicked.
That whole
Evil.
celebration.
And Thanksgiving is next,
Oh, man.
Right.
where they used to eat folks.
Gave the Indians
Yeah.
diseases and
Yeah,
people
you
up.
rolled up.
Based on.
took
Yeah.
took their land. ate the folks up,
Yeah.
That's what it's
and
based
called
on.
it
Yeah.
thing. And then this country who enslaved us want us to celebrate with them taking something from somebody else.
Right.
Yeah.
So
That's
I'm
what
supposed
it
to go
is.
get me a turkey.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
The buzz. You gonna eat the buzz.
Go get a turkey and celebrate with them how they took the land from the natives.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm be that foolish.
Right.
Yeah.
Things taken.
Right. And
Yeah.
it's like we're saying these so-called holidays, because they're not holidays, because holiday comes from the word
Right,
hollow,
holy, right, and
which
holy,
means
yeah,
holy.
right.
But ain't nothing holy about these
That's right.
holidays.
That's right.
Nothing.
They helly.
So it's like, you know, I just had to say something about this Halloween thing because it's just out of hand.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yep.
And I remember back when I was a child and I used to go trick-or-treating and everything, I knew something was wrong with it then.
Yeah.
But when nobody saying nothing, because
Right.
then nobody really know. In my realm,
Right.
I mean, it was all looked at as fun.
Yeah.
But when I got into this book
That thing.
and started dealing with it and started dealing with y'all's spirit,
Yeah.
man, this thing turned your stomach.
Of course.
And Christmas is just as
Oh
wicked.
no.
It's just as wicked as Halloween.
Yeah, you celebrate Nimrod's birthday. Talk about you celebrating the Messiah.
And making
Get out of here.
just
with
like you
that.
say, it's a double bogey.
Yeah.
You ignore the Father's Day and you highlight the
Right.
traditions of men.
Right.
Yeah.
We talking about-
exactly. And that's what it
That's
is.
horrible.
We talking about full-blown sin,
Yep.
celebrated in ignorance, but it's still sin, but I'm just
Right.
saying,
Yep.
celebrated in ignorance, got the children participating in it, they gonna teach their children, they gonna teach their children. Yah is not in the plan. So what I'm saying is, we talking about sin on a whole nother level because now it's international
Yep.
on one accord kind of. Let's all get together and have a big old festive global
Right.
sin party.
Right.
The woman with
that's
the
what it
cup
is.
of her abominations.
You know, I'm glad you said that. Last night. Now
right.
we know that woman that seated up on the horse,
Horse, yeah.
that woman is America.
Yeah.
And what she do is she offering what's in that cup to the world. I watched on television how Sesame Street is gone worldwide. They did a show in South Africa, and they had a one of the demons dressed up and supposed to have HIV.
Oh,
One of
no.
the Sesame Street puppets.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
Now Sesame Street is gone worldwide. You know, the celebrations, these little puppets, but it seemed nice and it's attracted to the kids. But these are demons.
Demons.
Yeah, they
It's
monsters.
demons.
People forget that
Just
they're
like
Muppets.
that dinosaur.
They forget that a Muppet is a monster puppet. That's where
Yeah.
you get Muppet,
Muppet,
from.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what kills me is this.
Pokemon.
Check out, what's that little thing, the little Elmo?
Yeah.
Now he laughing.
Tickle me
They got
elbow.
him falling out laughing,
Rolling.
hitting his leg, falling back, kicking up his feet. You know who he laughing at? He laughing at you.
Yep.
Because you in stores
Yep.
Fighting over him.
Tickle me Elmo.
pulling guns on each other for him.
Yep.
I mean,
Running over folks.
right,
Busting
for
folks
him.
in the head.
And he is, like you say, he a monster.
Yep.
Now, people might think that, man, y'all crazy. All y'all crazy.
Yep.
But no, we not.
No, we not.
If you out, think about it. If you out and you ready to hurt somebody about a piece of cloth, this little thing laughing,
Yep.
it don't tell you what he laughing at.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He laughing. It's a piece of cloth, y'all.
Yep.
And you ready to spend X amount of dollars for a piece of cloth, you tell me who crazy. And going to whatever extreme you got to go to
Beanie Baby.
to obtain Tickle Me Elmo.
Right.
You tell me who crazy. If you think I'm crazy. Because, see, it's like when you said monster, I said, yes, right. Demon, that's right.
Yep.
Because the monsters came from the miscegenation between angel and man.
Yeah.
There wouldn't be no monster on earth. Y'all didn't
Nope.
create no monster
No, he didn't.
like that.
Nope. Those are children of the Watchers.
Yeah.
Right. So
exactly who they are.
that's who Tickle Me Elmo is.
Yep. Molech. One
He
of
a
them
monster.
Yep.
Yeah.
But then again, they'll tell you the ignorant will tell you that was not true. Those people weren't children of no union
1
between
minute left.
angels and men. Those were the descendants of a man. Of
Right.
Seth.
Cain.
Cain.
Israelites will tell you that.
Yeah.
When you go to
that had nothing to do with any of that.
Again, I
said the
say,
sons of a
shut
neck,
up.
giants in the flesh. Sons of a neck, giants in the flesh.
Yeah.
That's what Esau them called.
Right.
They were giant. The father gave Esau the
Right.
power to destroy him.
That's why Bashan.
Tanakh says that they were divine beings.
Right. They were
Yes,
tall.
it
He gave the
does.
height of them.
Enoch
Right.
said they were divine beings.
He gave him the height of them.
Right.
And I've had Christians argue with me about that.
Goliath of Gath
Talking about
and his
right.
brother.
They say
To know better.
angels don't indulge in marriage. And angels in heaven don't.
Right.
Right. but
They
work.
did because they were there. They're not in heaven. That's one of the reasons why they're not there.
And they fail.
Right.
Right.
Right. They